that one. And then refresh this until I see the stream, and then I know they can see the stream, then I gotta go put it in the chat. Oh god, that's an old one. Oh, there's the notification. Oh god, I'm so unprepared, do this, do this, do this. Hello everybody, if you can hear me, I am just sorting out a little bit of Discord stuff right now, but nice to see you all today. Oh wait, I forget, they just have a bot that does it. Lovely! I don't even need to worry about that. This is perfect. Hello, JDM. I had a clear of yes, you can hear me. Lovely jubbly. You're gonna hear me drinking quite a bit. I've got a bunged up throat. While we are waiting, I am just going to go quickly through the driver's briefing. I don't understand any of this. I mean, I think the main things they're outlining: no siestas to be found here. That's apparently a main point. Pit lane entry and exit, both require forethought and undivided attention. Cool. Any driver exiting the pits for the inside line, but has to come out the left to be able to take turn one. Good speed. This is my first time commentating around Spain. This is going to be a stinky race for me. I mean, Spain is a bit stinky in my opinion. I don't like Spain. I mean, it's a bit ironic. Let me look at the Let me look at the is there any other? Oh my god, sorry. I've got a bunged up nose. Sorry everybody, if you did not hear me earlier, I have a bit of a cold. I don't have any data essentially other than about the last race weekend. So last race weekend was Imola. Excuse me while I read the chat quickly. It says the only practice I've had is a lap and a half. Is half a lap on time trial, which then I spun. I mean, the only little bit of track session, because I usually do a few laps of the track before each session just so I can assimilate myself. But this one I only managed like 2 laps. And then I spun, and then I couldn't get around. I was like, you know what, screw this. Sorry. Some people really hate drinking sounds, but especially lap one's going to be hell for my voice. But last week we had the GP5 Imola mess. That was a red flag was called, but no one responded to it. So the result from the last race came from the actual stop time, as no one retired from the red flag. And then the bear was like, well, if anyone has any issue with this, let me know. The result for that was WSL on the top, and I think he's going to be a good competitor for today, although the bear did crash out last time. So we could see a win up there for the bear. Then it was SFR Doran, who is here today. Gies, oh my god, it's that name. Oh my god, I was practicing it. Giles Lodon, Gislodon, Eliden. I'm gonna absolutely butcher that name. Scooter Clem P4. See, that's an easy name. Team Red P5. Vicious Vicar P6. Mohammed Guna P7. Tailban Hammer. Tailban Ham, sorry. P8. P9 Forever 27, who is a commentator. And Mark Quay, P10. Gisley. Oh my god, I've had a phonetic spelling in the chat. Haven't finished the race since the second race. Giz Zelodin. Oh my god, do you need to. I know I said phonetic, but it needs to be more phonetic than that. I'm illiterate, okay? I can't read. You ain't got me no more, so you're okay, apparently. Says someone. I can't attach chat names to driver names very well, but the way it has rated episodes, so will everybody else. Cameron's ABCs spell. Yeah, I need that. Gizelodian. Like Nickelodeon, but Gizelodian. Is that right? Someone throw a pie if that's correct, because that's gonna. I'm gonna have to keep referring back to that during the race, and you're gonna hear me say it so slowly. Or in the race, it's just gonna be. We have a Let's Go Team Red. That's strong, Jesus Christ. I know I made it strong for my throat. I mad you won three of the first four races. Jesus Christ. Mad G, you are pretty mad. Just hope he crashes first lap so you don't need to mention it. Yeah, I mean I think the first race I kept calling Gislodian. But I think I'm just gonna go with that. But I'm gonna try my hardest, and the least I can do is try. And hopefully, then got promoted. Oh, yeah. And here we are, qualifying. Jesus Christ, I got surprised by the loading screen there. Yeah, qualifying. It looks a bit cloudy. I don't like this, because it could be wet. It could easily be wet, although I need to turn on my stuff, so no one's on the wet tyre, so it's not looking wet, but that's a Haas out the garage. I don't know what Haas it is, it's a Haas. It's a name I can't say either. Kilbert, that's what I'm going to say. Kilbert. Or just Bert in the house here, on his outlap, and while everyone's on outlaps, let's have a look at the general tyres, across the board. Majority softs. You've got Tailban Ham on the medium, Fat and Furious, Mr. Wiggles, Mohammed Guna, and the Vicious Vicar, or on the medium tyres. But once again, I mean, this isn't Q1, this is short qualifying, so the tyres do matter. Everyone's saying it looks dry, but I was just concerned about the clouds, that was all. I'm usually semi-okay at cooling the weather. Oh, it might have just been the mountains, ignore me. It was probably the mountains. Where are we in terms of our first lap? I think Bert is going to go on his first lap. So, I mean, let's go on board, because why not? And let's hide that bit of the menu. And we're going to watch him go through the Spain circuit to Barcelona, turn 1, and turn 2, sort of S's. Caught a bit of the curb there, gone a little bit wide oversteer because of it. Around this big sort of long U-turn, sort of similar to Sochi, but really not similar to Sochi. And then you've got a sort of similar thing here, but it's a bit slower, a bit more tighter. And then, yeah, spoil sport. I don't know who's a spoil sport, but what as in the weather? I mean, I don't know. It looks pretty okay to me now from this point of view. But into Sector 2 now, into the first DRS zone. Of course, this DRS zone's quite short, but it's very kind of wide there from Bert here. But oh, for God's sake, I can't. I don't know. I don't know Spain. Okay, Barcelona's in Spain. It works, okay. But into Sector 3, sort of being blocked off by the Fat and Furious, who goes straight back into the pit lane. But it's across the line, and the benchmark is a 120.107. It's a Ferrari next across the line. I think it might be WSL. No, it's not WSL, it's Mark Quay with a 119.9. And then Mr. Wiggles with a 119.5. And then Doran with a 117.915. And who was the avatar? Sefu, 119.6. As we see a Mercedes of Mohammed Guna. Good evening, lads. Good evening. That Mercedes was on an outlap, and it's Papaya of Tabanham off his outlap. It's a Red Bull who's invalidated. It's the person we do not talk about, and it's not Bruno. They're both the Alfa Romeos. We're across the line at a similar time. Team Red goes P6 with 143, and the Vickers Vicker goes P5 with a 119.9 on the medium tyre. Mr. Wiggles on the medium tyre with a 119.5. P2 right now. Alpine here of Scooter Clem is going to come across the line to start his flying lap. And the Haas of Burt Pitts, AlphaTauri of Lewis, I think, goes over to start a lap. Ferrari of WSL goes over to start a lap but invalidates. Tabanham goes across the line and invalidates. Next across the line will be Sefi, but Sefi pits. Then, next across the line is going to be the Mercedes of Mohammed Guna. But I don't think he's on a lap, because based on that amount of curb, no, he's going to set it. Mohammed Guna, across the line, goes P3. Jesus Christ, 119.2. Had a little bit of a slip at the end. It's a Papaya, and I think it is Tabanham on the medium tyre. Doesn't set a lap, probably invalidated, but it is, I think, easily, where's the phonetic spelling? Phonetic spelling, Giselodian goes P2 with 118.8, and Doran, 117.9. I think the Vicious Vicar came over the line again. I don't know if he improved or not, but it is the Alpine now of Scooter Clem on the medium tyres. Goes across to go P5 with 119.312. And the AlphaTauri of Sefu, I think that was. No, it was Lewis with a 118.250. And the Ferrari, was that WSL? It was WSL, but he's invalidated for another lap. And it was one of the Williams who's just come over the line. Fat and Furious, but not staying in the lap. And that is, I think, Mr. Wiggles into the pit lane. On a fuel light, underloading his car maybe. Mohammed Guna pits. I think this is going to be Tabanham in the other Papaya, as we've just seen the other one pit. He does not follow suit. He's going to come across the line with a fuel light to go P11 with 124 on the mediums. 120.4. Red Bull here diving into the pit lane by the looks of it, and there's a Haas not diving into the pit lane by the looks of it. And I think that was Jenkins going 120.4. Team Red pits, and so does his teammate. But oh god, the bear comes off his flying lap or an invalidated lap. If you struggle on who is next, look at the track. That's what I'm doing, and I'm just trying to flip through frantically before. Literally, I'm just going up the side. WSL though, still invalidated. He goes into the pit lane. Maybe Spain is not his circuits. Maybe our commentator cursed him. right at the start of the race. But it's the Williams of Fat and Furious now on the medium tyre. Comes across to go P14 and 123.360. And that is an AlphaTauri, I think, of Kefu. Not Kefu, of Lewis Pig. I see a Papaya moving slow, or Telemanham moving slowly through Sector 3. So I do think he is coming in for an in-lap, especially with a fuel light and an invalidated lap. Would make sense to me. The Hasses, though, both Hasses still out. Mercedes coming out there. I had a bit of a bug there. We're good now. Haas comes in through the pits. There is the Bears come across the line to set his first lap. Where's this going to put him? He puts in P2 up there with his teammate Doran, a 1:18.071 on the soft tyre. I mean, Doran right now is chilling up there on the mediums. That's what he's doing. I think that his Haas stopped. It's out. Bert, out. I could not see on the side. I was flipping through it and I was like, hold on, I've gone through everybody here. Yeah. Kilbert's out. Fat and Furious, though, comes across to improve his time, but it's not enough. It's a 1:21.8 on those mediums. We still have yet to see a few people set a lap, such as WSL, JDM, and Backeroyd. Backeroyd, though, I think last time went out quite late. He might go out quite late again. Oh, and Mr. Wiggles. Sorry, I was taking a sip of my drink. Mr. Wiggles has ended up in the gravel there. Not good for Mr. Wiggles. Below, Red Bull of Gizlodian. Doesn't come into the pit lane. He's going out. He's on an outlap though. So we'll cut to Mohamed Guna, who's also on an outlap. Who will cut to the Bear, who's gone into the pit lane but didn't go into the pit lane for a second. And that's Mr. Wiggles going out on another lap. I do not see any movement on timesheets, mainly just a lot of people coming out from outlaps. I think that was Duran going across the line again. He did not improve his time. And there was also an Alpine that came over the line, and it was Backeroyd coming off his flying. And who is this about to come across the line? It's the Williams of the Fat and Furious. Still on 3-lap old mediums. I think he goes a little bit faster, 1:21.576. Don't develop a cough now. That was an AlphaTauri there. I think of Kefu? No. Of Lewis. Didn't improve by the looks of it. Didn't improve his position at least. I think that was GDM there, coming off a flying lap. It was. And we have a Haas here of Jag Kings, who hasn't improved his time, sadly. And here we have Papaya McLaren of Telmanham. He's on the softs now. So we're going to see a drastic time increase, are we? No. But that was Mr. Wiggles going. And here we have a Ferrari. And that was WSL, 1:18.420. Nice. On the soft tyre. Oh, that was, I think, Mohamed Guna? No, I think it was Backeroyd. A 1:18.872 on the soft tyre. Mohamed Guna stays where he is. But, Team Red doesn't improve his time. I think he did slightly. But the Williams are Fat and Furious now. Still going over the line with 4-lap-old tyres. Going to really tear those up for the race by the looks of it. It's the Williams of JDM out here, really struggling. Lewis has retired from the session. He was on an outlap. I mean, a lot of people have been on an outlap and I haven't been paying attention, mate. But, oh, there's someone, that is Lewis, retired on the main straight. But that was a Haas going across the line of Jag Kings. He goes, I don't know if he was P5, but he's P5 now with a 1:18.366. I am very stupid, man. I think Lewis has crashed, yeah. Well, now I know you're like IGN now. Ferrari, WSL going across the line again. Here goes P1 with a 1:17.630. Jesus. We have a Mercedes pitting. We have an Alfa Romeo invalidated. We have Fat and Furious. Is he coming around again? I would pit and get a lap in on the softs. No, he's going around again. Although, to be fair, he's improved a little bit. It's a 1:23 over Tubbenham. There's a Red Bull of Gizlodian. Gizolodian. See, I'm remembering now. I'm not scrolling back in the chat. Hold on. Sorry, I had a DM. It was an urgent DM. Sorry, lads. Message on the flag in all the sectors right now. A few slow moving cars by the looks of it. This Ferrari, everyone's pitting now. I think everyone's just doing one hot stop. But JDM's on outlap. From the I am stupid message, I got immense amount of Charles Leclerc I am stupid vibe from it. I think that might have been the vibe we're going for, but the bear here, on another soft lap, is he going to pit? I do not know. But we're going to find out, aren't we? Sorry about that. I'm just dealing with something right now, but who is, I didn't see the bad pitch, but that's an Alfa Romeo. Team Red goes across the line 1:21.05. Well, I think he was already there, but JDM still gets to lap, but that's the wall there, JDM. That will not be a good lap time, but he might just as well set it so there is a lap time on him for the board. 2 minutes left, he might as well just go now. He goes at 1:21.1. That is really close, actually. That's Team Red's time. So what happened to Team Red? Lap. Kefu, though, out lap, comes round for probably one more lap. Next across the line, Jag Kings, but he's on out lap, so we will go back to the Ferrari close behind him of Mark Way. As he gets a little bit too much covering. JDM, I think, is in the wall. And Mark Way doesn't improve, but Doran does. He goes 1:17.338 on those softs, which is what he wanted if he wanted to stay first. But WSL, obviously not happy about this. He's on an out lap. He's going to be coming back around. I think this is Mr. Wiggles here. Yeah, it is. On an actual lap. Coming around the corner. P8 with a... P8. Doesn't improve. Mamaguna doesn't improve. Scoot Clam invalidate. Kefu gonna come across the line next. It's gotta be good here from Kefu if he wants up those leaderboards. P9, it'll do it for him. 118.958 with, I think that's the bear, coming off of his outlet. Jack Kings goes fastest, 117.314. Ferrari next, I think it's WSL. No, it's Mark Quay. But Doran hits, and now the spotlight's on WSL. If he can get across the line, he can set one more lap. But I have a feeling it's going to be tight. But of course, he will want this first place, and I think he might just get over the line. He is. He is the last person over the line. So we're going to watch everybody come through now. Mohamed Guna goes P5. I don't know who that was. I think that was Baccaroy. No, it wasn't. It was Fan Furious P10. I think that was Alpine. Scooter Clem P4, 179. Alpha Tauri of Kefu. Pits. I think this is the Bear or Doran. This is the Bear. Bear's going to come across the line. P4 117.755. And then we have a Haas here of Jag Kings who's going to pit. And I think we have the McLaren of Tebenham going to come across the line. Hopefully to get him up a few positions here. No, he stays P15, but speaking of the papaya McLarens, here's the other one of Mr. Wiggles. Mr. Wiggles, of course, like go to my favourite username also right now, the Lag Maestro, although he's finished. Everyone's finished. WSL has invalidated, so he's starting P3. But he's going to pit and make us all wait. Thank you, WSL, for the break. But here is your grid. Jack Kings P1, unexpected for me. Duran P2, WSL P3, the Bear P4, Scooter Clan P5, Mohamed Guna P6, Gizlodian P7. Oh, I couldn't see the rest. Oh, Gizlodian. There's an extra syllable I'm missing out. Gizlodian P7, Mr. Wiggles P8, Lewis P9, Baccaroy P10, Fat and Furious P11, Team Red P12, Kefu P13, Vicious Vicar P14, Tabanham P15, Markway P16, Bert P17, DDM P18. Three seconds, lads. I'm just having a coughing fit. But we're going to go on the formation lap in a minute. Yeah, formation lap time. Yeah, I mean, oh, hold on one sec. Everything's not going my way today. I'm so sorry. Formation lap around Spain then. Technical circuit. I mean, I would argue more technical than speed. There's not. I mean, there's by looking at it geometrically, there's quite a bit of straight, but that sector 3 is a bit of a killer with all those bendy sort of turns. Sector 1 and start sector 2 track layout with that sort of like oval looking shape with but yeah, sector 2, sector 3 is where all your chicane sort of turns are at. Very interesting, I'd argue. It's one of the worst chicanes in the entire grid. I'm so sorry. I was but now I thought it would. Everyone below P10 who had the free choice of the tyre gone medium, JDM on the hards. I mean, it's predictable, because this circuit does do wonders to tyres, I hear. But we're going to see it in action today. We're going to see how bad this circuit actually is. Because I've never seen it in action before. But, I guess today is the day we find out then. As I think all the cars are on the grid. So we're just waiting for the, game to do its little... There we go. 1, like 2, like 3, like 4, like 5... And it's lights out, and we are racing. It's very laggy. I think my Wi-Fi has gone, but there's been a massive crash off the start. That's a Williams off into the wall already, taking out a few people's front wings here. But WSL goes up to second. The Bear climbing. But who's this? This is WSL, who's gone off wide. A lot of position, but now, oh god, lag. WSL, never mind. He's P2. I'm lagging across the joint. But that is Team Red actually gone in the back there, onto the track there, taking out a few people with him, I think. Yeah. Really interesting start, mainly because I lagged out a little bit. But definitely, that Williams went out the start. Kefiu's already retired on track, and I think it's going to be a safety car. It is a VSC. VSCs, I think, are actually more common than SCs around here. I know my stream's lagging. I'm sorry. I'm trying to fix it. The F1's lagging too. So I'm going to sort something out here, lads. Okay, I think we're okay now. We're back racing though. Ham and Bert pit in the pit lane, thinking the VSC would last a little longer than it did. But who's that getting positions there? Scoot Clem over Lewis. Mr. Wiggles down a lot of positions. No wonder he's off the track. But yeah, it's all kicking off here. JDM though having the start of his life right now on the hard tyres. P11. Although WSL still P2 after some weird stream lag. Close, trying to keep that gap ready for lap 3 when DRS is going to happen. Some cars really far back on the circuit now. Although Gizolodian over Scooter Clam, I'm trying to keep these battles on the focus, but at the start it's so hard, although it looks like Vickers Vicar is going to go over JDM. No, he isn't. JDM's just pulled that gap out of nowhere, it seems. WSL fastest lap by the looks of it. This Lewis and Scooter Clam side by side up this big front straight. I don't think it's gonna be side by side into turn 1. The camera angle I was given was awful for that straight, so I was just changing it so we could get a better view of that. Lovely little overtake there by Lewis. Got a sight set on Gislodian. Oh, Jesus Christ, I'm so sorry. What fights are happening? I mean, the closest one right now, I think, is Doran on WSL right now. Really close. I mean, I think these two are having a bit of a scrap in the championship. I don't have access to that data. If anyone on the stream who can give me that data, like, relatively quickly, that'd be lovely. Just give me access to, like, the championship standings channel. That'd be cool. I mean, though, I think with DRS, that overtake isn't even going to be made because it's close. Although WSL and Jack Kings are very close now, 0.3 gap. Although Gizolodian on the bear seems an imminent overtake. No, but Bakaroid on Mohamed Guna. Mohamed Guna goes a bit wide there. But Bakaroid really close behind, goes down the inside because Mohamed's gone wide, but Bakaroid does get the overtake done and gain some gap out of that. I mean, masterclass. I mean, if someone goes wide, then of course abuse that. The Despair and Gizolodian fight seems to be closing. I mean, opening and closing. It seems to be changing quite a lot. Although, but it looks like he's about to overtake Taban, and he does. I mean, tyre advantage there. Should have been overtake done maybe a few laps ago. But what is done is done. Watching gaps, watching numbers. There's this big DRS train here for P4, essentially. And that's the first penalty of today. Mohamed Guna picking up 3 seconds for marginal track limit warnings. That's going to be quite bad for him today. But that's Jack King's down the position. WSL into first. I think he sort of banked out. I think he went on the brakes a little bit there. I think I might need to replay that. But the Bear and Gizolodian, side by the looks of it. Yeah, they are. Well, Gizolodian over the Bear now. And the Bear goes a bit wide, actually. Lewis close behind, so this DRS train, Gizolodian, the Bear, Lewis, although Lewis actually might get the overtake done here. No, he doesn't. He has to back out a little bit. Scooter Clam, and I think Mohamed and Bakaroid were in it, but they've sort of feigned out a little bit as the fight between those two have sort of pushed them ahead. Oh, and now Duran is in the fight with Jack Kings and WSL. Lots of things for me to be looking at right now. This DRS train and this battle up front, although WSL has just gotten a second gap, which is very, very good for him right now, because of course he doesn't want this DRS train catching up to him and then DRS going all across the joint. But Lewis here, coming close to a DRS zone, if he can just get this gap sort of nailed down a little bit, but he's losing this gap to Gizolodian here up to the DRS straight. He needs to keep it. 2 people have pitted there. Lewis and Mohamed Guna have both pitted for, we'll see what tyres they pit for. But this Bear and Nickelodeon scrap still continues going into this lap. But I think Jack Kings on Duran is actually going to happen any minute now. Sorry, I have a stinking cold. Although actually Clem is getting really close to the Bear here. This DRS train sort of dissipated a bit. Dissipated a lot actually. Not really a DRS train as much as just a few cars now. Duran does get the overtake of Jack Kings. Lewis gets the overtake of Team Red. Let's see this little fight. But I think it was just, Jack Kings went really wide there, I think. Giving Duran the position, essentially. But I'm just so bad at catching overtakes, it seems. But that's a yellow flag. It's everyone. It's a Haas. It's Bert in the Haas who spun it a little bit there. There's a fight now between Mr. Wiggles and Mark Clay. Team Red. Oh, I was about to say that. Team Red and Mohammed Gun are about to overtake. The Bear pits. The Bear has pitted on lap 6. Well, 7. The Bear's pitted onto medium tyres. But who's that? Mr. Wiggles also pitting, probably to medium tyres. So now, this midfield now is completely dispersed, no DRS at all. Well, this top middle field, and now WSL's pulled a gap to Duran, as there's a Haas, who's already been lapped. Bert's already been lapped. How has that happened, Bert? That is, he's having not a great day out here. But it's a bit of a hazard right now, this Haas. No front wing, but he's being a hazard to the other drivers right now, so he's got to be really careful. The only DRS I am seeing is Baccarat on Scooter Clem. Might there be a team orders going into the DRS straight? Because I think that's the only thing that could happen here. They could be like, oi, I'm faster. Give me the position. Or Baccarat's going to pit. And Duran pits as well. I think the Bears triggered an undercut. Well, Aston Martin even have triggered an undercut on the front 3 runners, trying to get them to pit. But Nickelodeon, Jack Kings and WSL still on 7 lap. Oh, and Scooter Clem even. And the Vicious Vicar does get the position while Duran is still in the pit lane. And Baccarat actually pits as well, which I didn't see. To new mediums. But JDM on the hard tyre, P5 starting from last. Is this the strategy? He is running out of ERS, but is this the strategy? The Bear does overtake Mark Quirty, as I couldn't quite see the gap there. But there's a little DRS train here of 3 cars, so we will watch it. Watch it. I am illiterate. Mohammed Guna takes the Ferrari position on a lovely little move there. It wasn't the racing line, but I mean, hey, whatever gives you the overtake, man. He's got his sights set on the Bear, but the Bear trying to get a gap now. And Lewis, of course, is being stared down by the Bear. Because the Bear wants this position, but I think Duran is actually about to take a position on the Vicious Vicar, coming into the main straight. That's a yellow flag in sector 2. It's a Haas. I think that is Bert about to be lapped by I think Mr. Wiggles or Telbanham. But Duran, I think, gets the overtake down on the Vicious Vicar. Right there. Let me just check on that Haas. It is Bert, but he is facing the wrong way, and if he doesn't move, he's going to be disqualified. He moves. Giselle with a commanding lead, and Nickelodeon as well. Great gap to Jack Kings. And Scooter Clam with quite the gap to Nickelodeon too. But there is a car in between giving a little bit of DRS. Well, there was a car in between. Tabanham picks up some penalties there. Would be good for him. Bert picks up some multiple warnings. Penalties. I think that was Fan the Furious making his way around. I think that was tiring, but he is on the track, off the track even, so it should be okay to clean up without causing a safety car. But Scooter Clem comes into pits on 9 lap old softs. Duran sets the fastest lap. We're getting Scooter Clem in the pit lane. Mr. Wiggles gets Fan Furious. The Bear gets Mohammed Guna. Well, actually, no, they both get Scooter Clam. McElroy and McQuay get Scooter Clam. Scooter Clam has a really long stop. No, he isn't. He's coming out of the pit lane now, fighting, I think. Well, it looked like he was fighting with someone coming out of the pit lane, but he isn't. No contesting going on so far. Closest battle we have right now. Mark Quirty on McElroy. Oh no, I lied. Scooter Clam on Team Red. As you saw earlier, Bert having quite the struggles here around Spain today. I mean, it's a horrible circuit. You saw spin once, your tyres are really warm, and you're gone, which is the unfortunate truth. I mean, personally, it's not one of my favourite circuits, although I do like the more technicality into the circuit. Duran, a 123.24 on the medium tyres. I need to sneeze. I'm so sorry, I'm not feeling it today, apparently. Lap 11 at 33, we are a third done with this race. And there's still soft runners on the long stint. Of course, it's the top three: WSL, Jag Kings, and Gizellodian. All on the soft tyres. And JDM in fourth on the hard tyre. These three definitely pit soon. I do see Sue coming at the position on Team Red. But these three, as I say, these three pit very soon. I see WSL pit. I see Jag Kings pit. And am I going to see Gizellodian pit? No, I don't. He's going on for another lap on those softs. He must be preserving them really well. JDM, of course, not pitting. He's on the hard tyre for a reason. He wants P1 now rather than later. He is going to definitely get both of them while they're in the pit lane. Actually, is that a DRS train here? Scooter Clam, Team Red? Yeah, it is. A little bit. Yeah, Mark Quay, Scooter Clam and Team Red here. Team Red out of the DRS train, sort of. Now, but Scooter Clam with DRS on Mark Quay down this big long straight, burning the battery. Plenty of battery to burn at that. Jag Kings, though. It's a VSC. I think Jag King's front wing's gone. Yes, it has. Let me just check the safety cars. Rules and flags. Safety car is on standard. A lot of VSCs today. My throat is killing me. I'm so sorry. I have not put a lot of energy, but the Fan Furious does pit on 11 lap old mediums. I mean, you could have gone a little bit longer on the mediums, I would argue, because Gizellodian's going on the same amount with the softs. Although I'd be surprised if he doesn't pit now. It's under VSC. I don't think he has. Oh no, he has pitted. JDM, P1. P1, he is in the lead of the Grand Prix. But Duran and WSL now, because of the virtual safety car, are right up his rear. So when we go green, we should expect this fight out front to ensue. And we are just waiting for that green, as well as I see Mohammed Guna get quite close. Gizellodian Well, they were close. I don't know what's happened here. Okay, yeah, Gizolodian, the Bear, Vicious Vicar, DRS Enable, we are racing. This battle for the front is going to be our focus right now. As Jack King still in the pit lane, the Bear does get the Vicious Vicar. Oh, there's this battle for the front. It looks like WSL's really close to the rear of Duran right now. But he's losing it. He's losing the time to Duran. He's burning the battery. He has DRS, but it's not enough. This camera angle also sucks. Actually, it would be worse if I was on one of the other drivers and I had that camera angle. But WSL now just needs to get... These two have the tyre advantage. Duran and WSL have the tyre advantage over JDM. They should... I say should. They should have him in this big DRS straight here, as he definitely doesn't have DRS either, but JDM is going to put up the defense of his life. Oh my god, I inhaled really sharply. That's what's doing me. Duran does get the position on JDM, but WSL just can't. Although, WSL is on the newest tyres. Gizolodian, however, overtakes the Vicious Vicar in that little DRS train I said was forming. WSL is actually really close to the rear of JDM right now. It could be an imminent overtake. Is it going to be an overtake into this DRS zone coming up now? I think it could be, but of course JDM will also have the DRS. But I don't think it'll be enough for an overtake. I mean, it might with that gap. With that gap, it could be possible. But it's such a short straight, there's no point in having DRS there. I mean, maybe because it is such a short straight, there is point of having DRS there. But I mean, you need to be really close out the exit of that corner. Who is that we're about to lap? It's the Fat and Furious. Looking imminent to be lapped. But WSL right now, up the rear JDM, going to make the overtake, dives out to the side. JDM has left the session, it's his AI now driving. The Bear picks up 3 seconds of time penalties for multiple track limit warning, so that's the third penalty today. And the Vicious Vicar hits, and Mr. Wiggles overtakes Jack Kings. Jack Kings, one of the front runners in this race, now just reduced to a back marker, essentially. The two Alpines are really close together. Of course, we saw maybe the possibility of team orders earlier. Are we going to see it again? Are we also going to see Duran try and slow down the pack for his teammate the Bear? For the Bear to be able to get up there in a few positions. I think we might see... I nearly said Alpine, I nearly said Alfa Romeo. We're going to see an Aston Martin sandwich here. Well, of course, with the danger of the Aston Martin sandwich, is going to be the danger of Gizolodian on the Bear. But WSL, really close to the back of Duran here, sets the fastest lap going up the main straight. Is he going to dive down the outside? He is. Well, the inside. Dives down the inside of him, gets the overtake done. He is on the newer set of mediums, to be fair. The two Alpines also getting closer. And I see Lewis and the Bear really close as well, just coming out of that straight. Let's watch them around this lap as they are in a little fight of their own. And Mohamed Guna and Gizolodian are getting really close too. But these two, I think, are going to have a little bit of a scrap around this lap, waiting to get back to that big main long back straight. Hold on. Well, the Bear really wants this overtake done, and that's a yellow flag in Sector 2. What's happened here? JDM is still disconnected. I couldn't tell what happened. I think they just both went wide. But it seems no VSC, no anything here. So it seems to be okay, all okay. JDM's AI clearly onto P3 for him. I think this AI does get disqualified though. But look at that gap between JDM and the bear. Not the bear, Duran. But the bear here can't get the overtake done on Lewis, I think. Because he's just gained a little bit too much in that Sector 3, I think. I think that's the bear's weak point right now, is Sector 3. He has the slight tyre advantage as well. So look, he gains so much in Sector 1 here because of the speed, the momentum the DRS gives him. And his braking points, Lewis's braking points are definitely earlier than the bear's. But he gets a little bit of, Lewis gets a lot better exit out of corners than the bear does. But I think Duran and WSL are going to go up into the big long main straight. Mohamed Guna picks up 3-second time penalty. That gives him overall a 6. We're going to see this little fight ensue up the main straight, are we? I think we are. Barely. It's not going to be enough for the overtake, I think, but it's going to be enough to close the gap. So it really comes down to Duran keeping composure around this lap to get him on the next. Unless he's going to dive down the inside? No. Holy hell, my lungs are killing me. Lewis, though, of the bear. Lewis getting really close to JDM's AI now. This overtake, I think, we'll definitely see happen. It's also free DRS if we did want to stay behind it. I mean, it is also a free podium slot right now. So, to be fair, if I was Lewis, I'd be taking it. I mean, people see opportunities different ways. It could be, hey, free DRS, or hey, let's get podium. Anyway, WSL and Duran, I think, yep, camera angle should be good this time around, so I can actually come out of cockpit. I'm so sorry if that annoys you guys. But personally, some of these camera angles suck more. Prime example, this, if they're in front, sucks. Right. Duran, I think, didn't keep his composure too well during that lap, but it's a little bit of gainage. And this DRS zone will also help him gain for the next lap. But unless he dive bombs down this turn, nothing's going to come from it. Duran just not having really good exits or anything out of these corners, causing him to have some issues. I think, yes, it's JDM, it's Lewis over JDM. JDM, I think, is a ghost, so you can just drive right through him, I believe. I think the bear is also going to do the same thing. Although I do not know the bear. I do not know if the bear knows if JDM is a ghost. I think he is. If you drive up to him, he should turn into a ghost. Unless he rejoined. I didn't see that he rejoined. But it definitely looks like an AI driving to me. What am I witnessing? What am I witnessing? Hold on. That's just me coughing or like doing my nose because it hurt. Like, yeah. JDM's AI could make a move up the DRS straight. Speaking of this DRS straight, Duran's actually kept his composure. He could get an overtake done this lap. But he has no battery to do it. But can he do it? Then that's a Mercedes off of Mohamed Guna. Duran does make the overtake. And he sticks it as well. Brilliant overtake there from Duran. Lovely, clean, no contact. Okay, now he's just got to pull that gap. But knowing WSL's performance, that should be okay. And the bear has actually lost time to JDM's AI. I think it's his AI at least. Based on him doing 19 laps on the hard tyre. This hard tire strategy wants to be working, I think, says JDM. Although I think JDM could make the overtake on Lewis. If it is his AI, of course. I don't know if it's his AI. Let me go in here and see if it's his AI. No, that driving style is definitely not an AI. That is not an AI. Yeah, it's not an AI. JDM lagged out, but he lagged back in. Is WSL going to get the overtake done? He's going to dive bomb. I think there's so much distance down that straight, but he makes the position stick as well. This is how it's going to be for the next few laps. JDM, oh, Lewis has gone into the pits. That's what happened. That's what I say. The Bears actually got a really good gap now to JDM. And that pit stop's only helped him there. Gislodian, though, really close to McElroy. Gislodian, really close to McElroy. Mohamed Guna picks up 9 seconds total penalties. This will not be helping him in the slightest. But Mr. Wiggles also pits now on 12-lap-old mediums, which is, I would say, about the medium's extended lifetime, but I could maybe push it a little bit. Actually, no. That's the medium's lifetime. As we are actually starting to approach our second third of this race completed. Oh, and I did see that overtake imminent, but it looks like the pit stop. I think the two Alfa Romeos, the Fat and Furious picks up 3-second time penalties. But the Bear, really close to the back of JDM now. JDM really putting up the fence for a slack here. Tilban Ham, first one in a while on the soft tyre at the back here. We could see a comeback story from Tilban Ham here. But the Bear overtakes Duran as JDM does pit. And Gislodian also gets in on the overtaking action as Gislodian also takes Duran because Duran is in the pits. JDM in the pits a long time by the looks of it. Do not know what's happened there. Is it bad that I really need the loo? I mean, if I say I hope for a safety car, one will happen. It's just my curse. But JDM really close now to the rear of Lewis, though. And now we know it's the actual JDM. Mr. Wiggles also really close on the rear of Mark Quay here. Going up to the main straight, the two Alfa Romeos too switch positions as well in pits. But Mr. Wiggles here, gotta get the overtake done on Mark Quay, I think. Because there's, God, so much room up this main straight. That's a yellow flag in sector 2. So slow moving Haas of Jack Kings. I think he's just letting Mohamed Guna through. Has he got a front wing? Yeah, he does. He has a front wing. Although Mark Quay and Mr. Wiggles are really close now. They might get the overtake done into the next DRS straight if they keep it this close. Skilka and McElroy swap positions. Probably some Alpine team orders there. Although McElroy does lose a position to JDM. Oh, McElroy pits. Sorry. McElroy does pit. Mark Quay still ahead of Mr. Wiggles here. Into this DRS as well. WSL picks up 3-second time penalties. Not good for WSL. I mean, it's good for the Bear. Because now the penalties are even. But of course, because these penalties are even, actually no, Gislodian is out of the 3 seconds. But Duran really close to the rear end of Gislodian here. We're going to see an overtake maybe in this little DRS straight we have here. But it might not be enough. I think it is, though. He's gone for it. Duran going for it, but backed out because it was a risky overtake. But he's forced Gislodian wide. Mr. Wiggles overtakes Mark Quay, finally, up the main straight. VSC. There is a VSC. I do not know why. But there is a VSC. I'm trying to see there's a car the wrong way round. But I'm going to go to the loo real quick, as is VSC. I did see Team Red, I think, pick up a drive-through penalty. Let me just double-check it's a drive-through. No, Team Red, drive-through penalty there for speeding under VSC. You see? I see everything even when I'm gone. But the Bear and Duran now. 9-second gap between them. Could there be... It could be a 1-2 for these two. They could catch WSL, but WSL stormed away and Duran overtaking the Bear while I was gone as well. I mean, team order is most likely between those two, especially as it would seem most likely. Lewis really close to JDM again. These two being at it seems, with the fights today. Coming out in the main straight. All going into the main straight. Mohamed Guna going into the main straight on Baccaroid. No, on Scooter Clem. But it won't be enough. For this long straight, it's not enough. Although Mohamed Guna has got a really good gap now. As we just observe. Main fight now, fight for P4, JDM and Lewis. And a fight for P7, Scooter Clem and Mohamed Guna. And a fight for P10, Vicious Vicar and infamous Mr. Wiggles in the papaya. And Team Red does pit to serve his drive-through penalty. Not every day you see a drive-through. There also seems to be a Ferrari was in the pits. It was WSL pitting. WSL pitting for softs. I mean, you might as well, if you had that much of a gap, Duran, only 3 seconds ahead, but those softs should definitely cover it. The gap from the Bear is actually quite measurable now. It's quite big, and it's definitely going to only get bigger. Scooter Clem fast as that 1:19.501. Hold on, sorry my live chat went. I am back, sorry about that. Lewis, 3 seconds time penalty. Mr. Wiggles, 3 second time penalty. Did they push each other wide? Although Mr. Wiggles does get a Vicious Vicar on the main straight. Thank God I cut to Mr. Wiggles. These penalties definitely racking up now, as a lot of the field is picking them up for track limits, as we see, I think, a lot more drivers crack under the pressure. And that's Baccaroid. That is Baccaroid out of the session in the wall, and it's our first actual safety car of the session. I get to breathe. I think we're going to see a few unlappings here. Fat and Furious, I think, can overtake the safety car. But Baccaroid is out of this session, one of the Alpines, of course. He's gone. I don't know if Fat and Furious, I think he is allowed to overtake the safety car. He does not seem to be slowing down. And it seems like he's overtaking the safety car. He is unlapping himself under the safety car. Of course, Duran with some distance to go. Mr. Wiggles pits. We're going to see, I think, a fair few people unlap themselves under the safety car. The safety car did come out at an awkward time. And I do believe the safety car is now just waiting on the side of the track for some of the other drivers. Where is the safety car? There it is! Taman Ham, 5 seconds, sorry, speeding in the pit lane. But Duran, I think, is going to catch the safety car. It does not matter that he has lapped Tavenham. I think those two actually overtook each other, Tavenham and Mr. Wills Tavenham. Doesn't matter, because they're just going to unlap themselves on the safety car. And Duran and WSL are behind the safety car. The Bear, this is actually really good for the Bear, because the Bear actually will get a chance for... no, there. Aston Martin is going to get the chance at 1-2. The Bear is only a part of Aston Martin, of course. Duran, Bear, Aston Martin, Duran, Aston Martin 1-2. It's on the table at WSL. Could also just get the win here. Could just be a double podium for Aston Martin, of course, but they want that infamous 1-2. JDM in with good odds with it, pitting under, I think, the safety car. Gizolodian also going to get a good start here for the chance. Mark Querty, of course, gets position of those in the pit lane. But the field is really far out right now, so I'm expecting the safety car to last a minute. On lap 28 out of 33 as well, so it's going to be action-packed these last few laps. I'll try to give it my all, but my throat is killing me. Yeah. Jesus Christ, hold on. Jesus. I need to get better throat. Yeah. It's going to be interesting these last few laps. The safety car can't be out for too many more laps, as I think we want some racing. But driver of the day, JDM has to be my driver of the day. Started last, brilliant one-stop strategy so far from those two stops I think. Hards to softs to new softs under the safety car. I mean, it was ambitious, but he did a lot better, and he got up the front mainly because of the big accident. Turn one, not even turn one. Second one of the race, literally like the first second, bam, Fast and Furious is in the wall. I think it was just so much oversteer from the start. Yeah. But I think this lap was too far out for Team Red to serve his drive-through. So I don't know if you can serve drive-throughs under safety cars. Can someone in the chat maybe clarify me on that rule? I do not think you could serve drive-throughs under safety cars. It would make sense. But the field is nearly close back together again. Although Jackins has pit. So he's going to have to overtake a few cars to insert himself in the right place in the field. But we are going to watch Duran at the front of the safety car for the restart, of course. For the people quickly joining in now, I was wondering what the rule is for drive-through under the safety car. Is the drive-through under safety car, are you allowed to do it? Is it not allowed? I think that it would not be allowed, just because the general workings of it all. But if anyone knows the official FIA ruling, then please tell me. We are staying out for another lap. And I think it will only be one more lap. Well, actually, maybe two more laps, because Jack King's got to catch up. At which point, that'll be lap 31, lap 32. We have one lap of racing, I think. But who's that? Fast and Furious is in the pit lane. This is going to prolong the safety car even more. This is only going to prolong the safety car. Well, I think they will definitely call it in this lap, have 2 laps of racing. Michael Massey says, let them race. Me being Michael Massey in this case, please let them race. It's going to be really interesting. Please do not end the race under a safety car. I don't think they can in this game anyway. I think they do actually bring it in, at least on the last lap. Michael Massey says, let them race. It would be really funny if someone was in the Discord right now who said, let them race. But, of course I wouldn't know, because I don't have my Discord open. But safety car is in this lap. Michael Massey did say, give them 3 laps of racing. 3 laps of racing is what they've got. And Jack Kings will not get his positions. So Duran backing up the pack now. And of course, no more safety cars from this point forward either. So Michael Massey says, let them race even if the whole world explodes. We are still going to let them race. Mark Quay on 13 lap old hards is quite interesting. Everyone's either on newish softs or oldish mediums, but Duran has gone, and we have gone green for the last 3 laps of the Spanish Grand Prix. But WSL already under safety car restart, going down the inside. Lovely overtake, but I think Duran might get it here. But the Bears are going to go for an overtake on Duran. Side by side. Not side by side anymore, but it's up this big long straight here. I think there might be a little bit of team orders here from Aston Martin saying keep Duran in front. Although no, the Bears trying to go down the inside of Duran. I think Aston Martin's saying let them race. As the Bear does go down, it looked like he was going to go down the inside, but he didn't go down the inside. These two right now having a great scrap. Giselodian and JDM also going to have a little bit of a scrap here. JDM, newer tyres, should make the overtake gone, and he has right now. Jesus Christ. This DRS train right now, you've got it all the way nearly up till first. But WSL right now with a commanding lead. I think Aston Martin are going to have to settle for a double podium, not a 1-2, which is I'm pretty sure that is what they wanted, sadly. But of course, I think Aston Martin will be pretty happy with Aston Martin will be pretty happy with a double podium today. I see no real threat for WSL unless he does bin it on the last lap. I mean, any overtakes I'm seeing right now, I see Mr. Wiggles, possible overtake. No, I see Vicious Vicar actually about to overtake Mark Clay. It's going to be a beautiful overtake, probably round the inside. Hamaguna picks up more penalties. Of course, everyone being so close right now is probably not really good. But Mr. Wiggles right behind Team Red. And Team Red is essentially lapped. But there's a yellow flag in Sector 3. I don't know who it is. It is Mohamed Guna. WSL goes fastest, 1:93.98. That is qualifying pace, people. DRS is enabled for the last lap of the Grand Prix. Let's see this then. It's going to be an all-out fight to the line. Vicious Vicar having some issues there. Mr. Wiggles over Team Red. I keep saying, I really need to stop that. Lewis on Giselodian actually could be an overtake we see happening pretty soon, and the Bear, of course, I think is going to stay behind, but the Hamaguna over Mark Quay. Mark Quay, I think, has gone in Sector 1. He has. Trying to rejoin, but rejoins a bit savvy. Fat and Furious over Tub Van Ham. I'm just trying to keep up with all the fights right now. WSL pulled a brilliant gap from SFR Duran. I think this is definitely WSL's race to win. I did say it from the start that even if he did have some hardships, WSL would come and win. Driver of the day, though, P4 JDM from last. It's a great uplift in positions. I think Giselodian and Lewis could have a little battle to the line here. But it's not that long of a straight anymore. So it's only for the last little bit, and I think Giselodian actually gets... Oh no, Giselodian goes P3 because the penalty's on the bear. It is SSR Duran, WSL P2 because of penalties. Nickelodeon P3, the bear P4, Scooter Clan P5, Lewis P6, JDM P7. That might have changed my views a little bit. Jack King's P8, Vicious Vicar P9, Mohammed Guna P10. Mark Quay still needs to come across the line, but I think he does get P11. Due to lapped cars. Wow. I think, yeah. I mean, on track driver of the day is JDM, but of course, JDM didn't have penalties, did he? I mean, we'll check. But that is your podium. SFR Duran, WSL, and Gisellodian. Oh god, I have to interview that man. Oh god, I'm gonna have to pronounce his name properly. Help me, chat. Help me. But yeah, that is your top 3 for today. And driver of the day, JDM. They should all be in the pie. I'll just go onto Discord quickly and at them all. Discord. Where's the race day chat for GP5? Global chat. If I go at SFR underscore, that's not underscore Duran at WSL at, oh god, Nickelodeon and at JDM interviews, please. I don't have access to GP5 chat. If there is one, lol. Okay, right, we should be having them join in a minute. Everyone is backing out, so that is your race results today. Hello, JDM. Yeah, driver of the day, congratulations, but we'll wait for everybody else to come in.
Hello?
Hello, we're just going to wait for everybody else, if you don't mind.
Yeah, no worries.
My throat's also killing me, so if I start dying, I'm sorry.
I've had COVID last 5 days, so I'm in the same boat.
Oh, I mean, I haven't got COVID, I just hate the cold.
It's helped me practice, though. I had nothing else to do, so...
I think... Oh, God. So I have this thing on stream where I cannot say, Gisellodian's name. Am I saying it correctly? Yeah, I know. Right. I'm just making sure, because I've been doing it right the whole stream, and I had to have it spelled out phonetically. I needed it that badly, but I think I got it now.
My question is, why am I here?
Driver of the day. I have to introduce you, driver of the day.
I still can't believe I went from... I'm gonna get that penalty removed. I hope I get that penalty removed. If I do, then I'll be P3.
I don't know if the other ones are joining, or if they know what chat we're in. But I have added them in the Discord, and I don't know if there's a GP5 race day chat. I'm not in it, so I'll just put it in general. Do you think if I just send a PS message, maybe they'll get the message?
Yeah, I think that's what we normally do. You get an invite after the race.
Yeah, I'll just say...
I just joined by chance because I saw your comments in the general chat.
How do I can't invite people to the VC, can I? Everyone's already in this group, I can't add... I could make a new one. Maybe I don't know where they're going? but I don't know. You know what? I'll be back in 3 seconds. Add players, play together. It was Gizlodian. WSL, and who was it? Who's the other guy? Oh god, who was the other guy? Who was the other guy? No! Oh, Doran. There we go. That was right. What? Oh, I can't add all of them. Great. My plan failed, so I just gotta hope they join.
Just casually appeared. I kind of was scared.
Yeah, my plan failed, so I kind of hope they join. If not, I'm just gonna start interviews now, I guess. So we'll start with you, Doran.
Yeah.
Well, I forget what position. I think it was P1 actually because of penalties.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, P1. How do you feel?
Amazing. Do you know what? I've had a bad season, so I've DNF'd like 3 out of the first 4. Last week I got second, and then in that shambles of a race last week. So I needed something today, especially because the bear keeps getting points every week, and I feel bad. You know, I'm not getting points faster than Martin. But yeah, no, I felt comfortable then. I really enjoyed it. I thought I was out of it until I saw he had 3 seconds, and I thought just stay as close as you can.
Yeah.
And then the safety car helped me in that sense, but the safety car also let everyone back in behind me, you know, like the bear and stuff, they were all catching me, so it was a tough last 3 laps. I was a bit slippy, but yeah, enjoyed it.
Yeah, I mean, the safety car at the end was really interesting. 3 laps of racing, it was sort of like Michael Massey just saying, let them race.
I thought that when I was racing, I felt exactly the same situation, yeah. But I think 3 laps to go was fair. We had a good race.
Yeah.
About how many finished today? 15. So compared to last week, it was a lot better. So yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I mean, it was. Sorry, I got a DM from something. It was a very interesting race. It was. No, it was mainly VSCs, but at the end, that safety car did surprise me, and especially it being right towards the end. Yeah, it's interesting.
Things up a bit, didn't it?
And of course, you and the bear finishing quite near the top also helps Aston Martin quite a lot. So
yeah, as I said, like I've had a poor start, so I needed to get some points for us because he does all the lifting he does all the heavy lifting. The bear, even last season with all his points, so I need to chip in now and again.
Yeah. Hold on 1 second while I pull up the calendar. I think you know what question I'm going to ask based on that. How are you going to feel about going into... We just did Spain? Belgium, I think, is the next race.
Oh, Belgium. Yeah, I like Belgium. I think everyone likes Belgium, though, so I don't think anyone's got like an advantage of it being like favourite track, because I think Austria and Belgium are the ones that everyone goes to, don't they?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that'll be interesting, that race.
Yeah. Well, congrats on your P1. Congrats on the Aston Martin points. I did see WSL join.
Yes, sir.
Hello. How was P2 by penalties? Sadly. How do you feel?
Yeah, it was a gamble to go on softs. I mean, it worked out in the end, but just gonna get the gap I wanted, and yeah, the penalty was a mistake of mine. So yeah.
I mean, sorry. I'm being DM'd by like 20 different people, so I'm just trying to ignore the phone. Right. Yeah, the safety car, of course, at the end, it was, I don't know if you heard me before you joined, but I was comparing it to Michael Massey saying, let them race. 3 laps of racing at the end. But, yeah, of course, that brought the pack close together. It gave you a good fight with Duran, and I think Gidalodian was in there too.
Yeah, he was, but yeah, without the safety car, I actually couldn't get him. So yeah, it was luck, but also not, I guess then.
The penalties really did come back to
Yep.
bite you.
Yes.
Lap one, I don't know. Well, you lagged out on lap one, but on lap one, I think someone genuinely just went straight into the wall at the start of lap one. I don't know what happened there, but I don't know if
I
it was
also
lag
don't
or
know.
what.
Yeah, I don't know. Someone said to me on the stream I just ran straight into the wall, but
Yeah, you went straight into a wall on my end, but I knew you teleported back to P2. I was like, okay, no, that's lag. But the first one, I think genuinely someone just had way too much oversteer off the start and like took out all like back row cars. But I don't know.
I also don't really know. I guess I have to watch the stream back then.
It was laggy, I think, so it might have just been that. So yeah.
Oh,
Well,
okay. Now, perhaps the door for a great race today. So yeah.
yeah. Belgium next week. Of course, everyone's favorite track by the sounds of it. It's one of those track everyone knows. So how do you feel?
Belgium, yeah, will be a tough track. I mean, it's a long track, so you got to be consistent and not get many penalties. So yeah, we'll
Yeah,
see.
definitely. Well, congrats on the P2. I'll
Thank
let
you.
you be free into the world. So, yeah, congratulations.
Thank you.
JDM, you are my driver of the day today. My reason being, started last. The hard strategy worked out quite well for you, I think. You ended up P5. I think you ended up P5 on track, and then because of penalties, you ended up down a bit further. P4, yeah, P4 track, 7 on pens. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's just, it's unlucky there's penalties, but of course, the safety car at the end also, I think, worked out for you quite well, because it meant you kept your position for a bit of lap. You pitted for new softs as well and didn't lose too many positions. So, Mr. Wiggles, or, Taban Ham. Yeah. I can't either. I mean, yeah, the penalties really came in towards the end of the race, especially with that safety car when everyone was so close together. Those penalties were always like, if you had them, then you're screwed. If you don't, then you're great. Unless you can pull that gap off the start, then you're not getting the position. I will say, though, WSL was close to clearing it, but I don't think it was enough. But, yeah, Lewis said he's confused on how you finished ahead of him. Yeah, that will probably be investigated. But I don't think Gizolodian's going to be here. So I'm just going to say thank you all for coming to interviews. If anyone has anything to say quickly.
Good race from everyone, I guess.
Yeah, same. Really enjoyed it. And if you saw the qualifying, we were 0.001 between each other. Being
Really?
double myself. 0.001.
I didn't
So, yeah.
see.
I was really surprised that I didn't really start out my meter.
But yeah, good race all.
Yeah, okay. I echo you there. It was a great race. Thank you all for joining me today. Thank you for Stream for joining me, for the two people that's left. Thank you all for joining us for round 6 of Speedforce Racing around Spain. I will see you all next week. Maybe, if there's not a commentator. But it seems there's always not a commentator now, so yay!